Uber here is also taxi. So if you book an Uber, you're still gonna get a blue taxi or a yellow taxi. Hey gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. And in case you're just joining me, my name is Tolani and Wiraji. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I'm sure you're gonna love me. Yeah. Okay, so today I want to be talking about the cost of living in Istanbul, Turkey. Yeah. I've had several questions about this from Instagram, from my friends, from my families, and I figured maybe I should actually talk about this on YouTube. I mean, share it with you guys. And yeah. Okay, so, well, I'm gonna start off with accommodation. Accommodation in Turkey generally is very cheap. Like, yeah, accommodation is quite cheap in Turkey. For example, I am living in Şişli. Şişli is one of the center cities in Istanbul, and I'm living in a residence. There are many types of accommodation here in Turkey that you can get. If you'd like to stay in a residential area, you can. It's much more expensive, especially if the buildings are new, like if it's about 1 year or 2 years that it has been built, or if you would rather stay in an old houses, like not apartments, not residence, like normal houses, like, you know, regular flat and things like that, it is quite lesser than living in an apartment, in a residence. So yeah, I'm living in a residence, and guys, I'm living in a residence. I have a 1+1 apartment which is not furnished. Like, I rented it unfurnished, right? And I'm paying about 1,900 per month in my residence, and I'm paying IDAT of 300, about 300 tele, which if you like calculate this money, actually it is not up to $400. Yes, not up to $400 per month, comparing to other countries, like even in some places in Africa. $400 a month for a residence like this is quite cheap. Yeah. So that's it for accommodation. You can also find some places. For example, there is a place in Esenyurt. It's like the new city of Istanbul. People are like, there's a lot of development going on there, and there's a lot of more beautiful residency being built there. And over there, it's quite cheaper. For this particular money I'm paying here, I could get a 3-bedroom apartment there, or a 2-bedroom apartment with the same like standard. Do you understand? So like I said, it is very cheap. And at the same time, if I'm gonna go to Beşiktaş, like there's that is one of the highest place also in Istanbul, Beşiktaş or Taksim, it's gonna be much more expensive. Like, I could get a residence like this, 1+1 like this, for about, let's say, $600 in between. At that rate as well, it's not so expensive. You understand? So yeah, that's it for the accommodation. So in the accommodation, I'm gonna talk about the expenses, which is number one, like I said before, IDAT. IDAT is like maintenance fee, because maintenance fee for, like, I have a receptionist, I have a security down in my residence, and I have a gym, and I have an elevator. So this is for maintenance fee, and that is what I'm paying about 300 tele for the maintenance fee. If you want to rent an apartment where it's just like a normal house, you don't have to pay like that. All you have to do, you just, it's not in the whatever what is this English again, it's not in the, okay, well, you sure don't have to pay like that if you are living in a normal flat in Istanbul. But if you are living in a residency, it is very mandatory for you to pay like that. So I'm gonna talk about the water, electricity, and internet and gas bills, which I'm paying. Actually, also, internet here is very affordable. Internet is so affordable. For now, I'm using Talk Telecom. There are 3 different types of internet providers. There is Talk Telecom, there is Vodafone, and there is Turkcell. So these are the three most popular, the ones I know that like internet providers in Turkey. And this ones, every month I pay 81 tele. 81 tele is not even up to, let's say it's about maybe $11 every month. My internet is very fast as well, and it's, I mean, I use it for almost everything: my laptop, my everywhere, my TV, everything. And I pay 81 tele every month, which for me it is quite cheap. No, yeah, I think it's quite cheap. So I pay that. And also it depends on, maybe it depends on the internet provider you're using. Turkcell might be much more cheaper or expensive, and Vodafone might be the same, you know. So I'm gonna talk about the electricity bill. Electricity bill here as well is very cheap. Of course, if you're not like you're turning everything on, I mean, if you turn everything on, it's definitely gonna be expensive. So I turn off all my lights all the time. Even at that, I pay about 65 lira every month. It's not like a fixed price, no, because sometimes I get 59, sometimes I get about 78. It depends on how much I use electricity. I use my TV all the time, my phones all the time. No, my phones is not connected to internet. Yeah, I charge my phone all the time. So I use a lot of electricity, and I use a dishwasher, a microwave, a fridge, and what is it called? A washing machine, yeah. Yeah, so I use a lot of electricity here, and at that rate, I still pay 65 lira in 1 month sometimes. Like most of the time, this is my bill they bring. So I think it's quite affordable and very cheap for that amount. 65 lira is maybe, I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the gas, okay, which is, I don't really use gas here except during winter. During winter, there's like a inbuilt heater, like underground heater in this residence. So they just turn it on for us, and then that's it. And maybe after 3 months or 4 months, they give me like a bill of 500 tele, which is about $80 or $90 for 3 months. I think that is quite not so cheap for me as well. It's like normal. It's normal price for that heater thing like that. So that's it. I'm gonna go into transportation. Transportation in Turkey is also very, very affordable. Here we have a metro, and at the same time we have what we call metro bus. Metro bus is like the outside metro. It's very fast. It has its own lane as well. It's a public transportation, and we have a taxi as well, and that's it. The Uber here is also taxi. So if you book an Uber, you're still gonna get a blue taxi or a yellow taxi. It's the same taxi. So, well, this is the Metro card. This one right here is the Metro card, and I think for each trip with the Metro bus, it's usually about 3 lira or so. Even if you're going to like the moon, so far it's the same way. It's about 3 to 5 lira. I pay all the time whenever I want to use the public transportation, which is quite cheap, and the metro is quite cheaper and much faster than the metro bus. So, and about taxi here, by the way, if you have a student metro card, it is much cheaper than having a normal. This is a normal metro card. So that's it. For the taxi, the meter starts at 5 lira. Yeah, it starts at 5 lira. Always make sure when you come here, always make sure you like tell the taxi driver to turn on the meter, especially if you're a foreigner. Tell them to turn on the meter, and you have to see all your bills and everything like that. And if you go to somewhere that is very close and it's not up to 13 lira, then you have to pay them 13 lira. That is the minimum fee you can pay to a taxi driver here in Turkey. And if it's past 13 lira, of course you just pay your money, and that's it. So that is for the transportation. I think it's not so much about the transportation thing. It's just like regular, but it's quite cheaper than other European country. Yeah, so I'm gonna go into food. Yeah, your girl likes a lot of food. Okay, in terms of food, we have a very, also Turkey has a very good and affordable food here. We have like more than three grocery stores. Of course, there's more than three, and but the ones I know is souk, sak. Okay. Soak. We have soak and we have what is it called? Migros, Migros, and we have Carrefour as well. Carrefour. Well, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that well, but that you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, we have this, and usually I spend about less than 100 tele every week or every 2 weeks or every now and then when I go for grocery shopping. They're very cheap, like the chicken, the beef, the fish, everything is just too cheap. Sometimes I would put everything in the basket and then I would be expecting in my brain like, okay, at this rate I'm gonna be paying about 200 lira, and when they're gonna bring my bill it's gonna be maybe 87, maybe. Like, really? I love you, Turkey. Okay, so yeah, it is very very cheap here. So whichever store you want to go to, you can grocery store, you can find a very cheap. It's everywhere like that's mostly the same price. And yeah, I just like to go to Carrefour more, and because I find many other things there, like many different things there. Souk is more like a country people's market because it's basically what Turkish people would eat. It is inside the store, so that's it. And for restaurant in Turkey, that one there's like a two side of it, because if you would like to go to a fancy restaurant like in an hotel or in a like Bosphorus, like where you can see the sea and the bridge and things like that, be prepared to have your money. Just know you have some dollar in your pocket, because it is quite expensive. Not so expensive, but compared to the cost of living here, it is quite high. So if you're gonna go to some place like that, you should be having minimum 500 tele, because that is also about $80 or like $90, something like that, if you're gonna go to a fancy restaurant. Yeah. So, but if you want to like eat in a normal restaurant, you can easily just use 30 lira, 20 lira, 50 lira to eat anything you want to eat in a normal restaurant. So that is just like the food part of Istanbul. Like, it is quite cheap. And Istanbul is one of the most expensive city in Turkey. State. Yeah, city in Turkey. In Turkey. So, well, that's it about the food, and I'm gonna go right into cosmetics. And because for people like myself, and for like other girls or guys who like a lot of beauty things and stuff like that, in terms of manicure, pedicure, and some laser and some hair remover thing, blah blah blah, they are quite cheap here and done professionally, guys. Facials, botox, this is the country you need to come for all those type of things. The funny thing is, many Turkish people don't do like a lot of too much beauty shit like that, though they do a lot of hair implant and stuff like that, but they don't do like a lot of botox and things like that. Meanwhile, they have a lot of cosmetologists that do such things here in many hospitals. There's a lot of that here and things like that. But for me, manicure, pedicure, you could get this for 200 lira. Manicure, pedicure, yes, 200 lira. I think it's not cheap. I think it's normal. And for some facials, you can get them as low as 200 lira, 300 lira. It depends on what clinic you went to or what exactly you want to do. So, well, not so much about that aspect, but I think it's a very good place if you want to do something like that, like botox and like all those beautician stuff like that. Okay, that's it. I've come to an end of the cost of living in Istanbul. I hope this is very helpful to someone out there, and I hope you enjoy my too much talking. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe, turn on the notification button, so in case this girl want to go crazy again one day, you could be the first person to see it. Thank you again, and have a blissful day.